Hello everyone, welcome to episode 22, season 3 episode 22 of Bryce Talk Show. That's right, we made it up to 22. In this video we're going to talk about a couple of things. Mainly I haven't told you about Florida yet, as we went to Florida in July. It's August already, can you believe that? We might talk about Florida. Also might talk about a couple more. I stayed at Grandma's this past week, while my parents were down in Tennessee, and all kinds of other stuff. Let's talk about Florida. I went to Florida on the 30th, or if you call it the 1st, and I'll tell you why later. So I got up, I listened to the radio. I played 102.5 The Bone. Had a recording of. I recorded Dale Jones on My Culta show, and on this part, Johnny B and those from the Johnny B show were there because the crew of My Culta were on vacation, and so so it was just all those at Johnny B show taking over from My Culta. So anyway, I go do that, have breakfast at McDonald's, go in the pool a little while. Obviously, we're still tired from the flight we just had, and all that stuff. Had lunch, went into a hammock, went out to, after dinner, went out to, get a little ice cream, and then, yeah, it was pretty fun then. Saturday, I went over to Indian Rocks Beach. My mom's aunt has a house there, so I went over to that house, and obviously, this is where it started. Well, it was good for a while, but let me tell you about how good it was before I, started anything else. So, I go in there, it's a mile from Indian Rocks Beach, so you could, literally just drive. It'll take you, less than a minute just to get over to the beach over there. So, we go over to the house. Now, from Punta Gorda, it's a 2-hour drive. So, we get there finally, get over, have lunch later on, get in the pool. Before then, I always felt like I was going to get a cold. For me, I always start with the throat scratched up, like it's going to kick in. And then it works its way up from here. And it was crazy, yes, it was crazy. So I thought, we'll see what happens from here. We leave there, we go to, obviously it starts kicking in more. We go to Indian Rocks Beach, hang out there. And, I get home. 2 hours later, after I'm having lunch, I do emergency. I do ibuprofen, although I think it was too late for the emergency thing, though. Sunday, it's obviously kicked in, so I'm pissed about that. And then, we go to Marco Island. And instead of my parents or mom thinking, let's go early, they go late, which is kind of a problem because you got many people coming over. It's 4th of July weekend, and there's many people over there, so it's going to be a problem. And then we're there for a while. Well, actually, we go to a souvenir shop, and the people there didn't mind that we parked there. So we were parking there and we leave because there was no place to park at Marco. It was pretty much full because somebody thought we could get there in the afternoon and be fine, Well, but it's whatever. And then, so we're there for a little bit. I go to Grandma's house because they went in Naples, so I went to their house. In Naples, that's right, baby, to Naples. And it was a lot of fun, though. We go to our pool. We got a pool there. As soon as I got in there, it started raining for about 2 minutes. It was crazy already. Just a little rain. Now, Florida at this time of year has some rain. A lot. They have a pattern. And, I think storms are cool, but they have a pattern where it rains quite a bit. So, it rains. But this time, it wasn't thunder. And this time, it just went in and went out. And then, we go to Hooters later on. Well, before we go to Hooters, we go to the big pool too, and then we go to nature walk. And Grandma was really not wanting to go to the nature area where you walk. And the picnic is at the very end of the thing where you can sit down because you got the animals, you got wild animals there. So she's not looking forward to go to the nature walk. Then we leave nature walk, come back home, relax for a little while, have a little drink, grab a drink of tea or something there, and then swing all the way to Hooters in Naples. Aw, yeah. So we go over to the Hooters over in Naples. And they got the girls over there. We got girls or pictures of girls. Most of them are waitresses, hang out with the ladies. And the sports was on, and then they have a TV, so it's kind of like a sports bar. Grandma and I shared some quesadillas, and Papa had a chicken strip and some onion rings or something like that. So we leave and go to the shop, because I was going to buy some stuff there. So we go over and we buy things like, Dad some shot glass. It's got the girls and the boobies and the boobs hanging out. Then we look at shirts, and Grandma and I were thinking about shirts, and we were like, what shirt would, black? She's like, well, black looks really good, and we weren't really sure. And then we see that one of the ladies over there working at the store, Melissa, whoever the lady is. So we go over there and look at this. I said, hey, what shirt do you think that would fit? And she said, black looks really good. So I take the black color. Well, obviously I get a picture with her. And it's a good one too. She got arms wrapped around. Yo, yeah. And it was all good. And for me, I gotta have a calendar, which is just with all ladies over there. Oh, yeah. And then, I get back. I've done some radio recordings from Wink FM and all the other stations around Southwest Florida. Monday we visit Fisherman's Village, but not before we meet Fort Myers. And we go back to the house. And we go to swim for a little bit, and then we visit Fisherman's Village for a while at evening, because the fireworks started at 9 o'clock. But before that, we went to the mini stores. They have many small shops. As I said, they have pretty small shops, and it's quite cool. We'll go to a Village Brood House and eat the same place we went last year. This time, some guy had a guitar playing a little music outside of the restaurant. Last time we were there last year, some guy had a steel drum on Christmas time. So, it was quite the fun. Do a little more shopping, and one of the stores had Wink FM playing. I'm like, yeah, we're playing Wink FM 96.9. I'm one of the places to go to. I'm like, oh yeah. So, I'm there, we got the whole, and many other places we go to and look at turtles, and there was one that had the Nemo that you put in the pool. You have a string in there, you pull it, you follow it around the pool, so we got that thing. Then, we sit around near the show where the fireworks are about to start. It's around 8:30, 8:40. I was thirsty, I needed a drink. Pretty much most of us needed a drink. It's really hot in Florida as it's around this time, So, it's pretty hot. Now, most of the days it was around more than 100 degrees. Some days, with sometimes the UV index being 11 at most. So we watched the fireworks start at 9 o'clock. It went from about maybe 20 minutes, 22 minutes maybe. Now, we were going to go back to Marco Tuesday, but instead we went to the Sunsplash Water Park, which is smaller, but it's pretty small and nothing big like any of the bigger water parks that any of you are familiar with. Zambezi, for example, in Ohio. I don't know any other places in Florida. Unfortunately, I don't. So we go over there, and one of my mom's sister's kids doesn't want to go because we don't have a lot of slides. They don't have 3 slides. But the person we're talking about, good thing we left home, because he would have been a problem to deal with. So it just was 3 of us people went, plus Kay's kids. So it was kind of good. At least we didn't have one going. At least, and then so we get over there. I go and get to the lazy river for a while, and then go on the slide. I kind of sat down for a little bit. I go on this slide that twists and turns, so it's a water slide. So it's kind of good. It really moves around and goes down a water. It's no water, so it's pretty good there. Then go back in the lazy river. Then we go to eat. So we go to eat, and then they don't even have many large pizzas, and they didn't even have drinks. So I'm like, this is preposterous. But then, I'm like, it's the 4th of July weekend. Maybe it was July 5th when we went here, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Whatever. So I still had water because I drank some water quite a bit when it was cool and a little alright. And then the water got warm, and then I about gagged, and it was disgusting. Because the water had been sitting there. And so later then, before we left, we got drinks, a big glass of tea. Then went swimming. Did some more radio recordings, 96.9 Wink FM with Rick Shockley, which I'll post that air check too. I posted the one from July 6th, but I'll get this air check out too. And I have many other air checks and radio recordings, like The Bone with the Mike O radio show, filling out for Drew live, who was around The Bone later on that, but obviously he wasn't there for a couple of shows, so the Mike O radio show filled out for him. And our last day, so we're talking July 6th, we head out to Marco early at least. Even Mom thought it was a bad idea. We went, I said, you think? So we go out early. We didn't get about 9:15 we get there. So we drive out, we get McDonald's to eat. I jam to Logan and Sadie in the morning on Wink FM. Yes, we're talking that again. And I'll have that recording too. And I have many of these things that, that I played when I was in Florida. So I get there, Marco Island, and the waves were pretty fun because they were strong and crazy. Had to make sure I didn't lose anybody, that I didn't get lost or anything like that. And it was quite fun. We were there till probably, I don't even know, 12 o'clock, 12:30. We were thinking about going maybe shopping, but I thought, no, we're thirsty, we're hot, we're thirsty. So we grabbed a bite to eat and head home. And that's when I recorded Rick Shockley on July 6th on Wink FM. When I got home, I had that recording, which I already uploaded when I went to the state fair, which I'll talk about that when I went to the Ohio State Fair. But anyway, I'll talk about that later on. Now, July 6th obviously is our last day in the Great Sunshine State. So I do some more recordings at different stations in Florida, so I can record this and listen to them too. I thought I'd do a night swim in the pool, so I did some waves, and then we'll leave the 7th. So I'm up by 2:59 or whatever, what time it was, 3 something, I don't even remember anymore. So we get to the airport around 5, so it's probably 4:30 or something we got up. So, because we left around 6:15 to leave for Ohio, unfortunately, we came back here. This trip was kind of, had a lot of some cons in there. It was kind of chaotic, though, at the least, even though I did say it was quite some fun. Mom's sister brings her kids over. One is 17, one is 12. So, and one is 13. They're always fighting over each other, touching each other. Well, the boys will always be boys. They touch each other to get crazy. They scream. Obviously, they don't listen to word, nothing. And a lot of screaming, yelling from, obviously, my aunt, which is Mom's sister, because they're the kids, so it's more of a chaotic showdown. Another reason why it was bad. We were going to get there around, obviously, the 30th. We were going to be there at least around 11:30 to get to Florida on June 30th. Now, around 6:30 or 6:40 we get, because we had an Allegiant flight to get there and back. Mom wouldn't pay no attention when doing her flights, so she just found one was cheaper, which is, I guess, good, but later in the night, in Florida around this time, there's more rain and more activity, so more good chances that it could get delayed or canceled, and due to situations going on in the world, it's crazy. So it gets delayed till 10:15. Then, as we're getting in the airport, as we get after do TSA, it's pretty small. Rickenbacker's pretty good for being small. They get delayed till 12:15. 12, whatever it is. I said, we're not staying there for 12. There's no way in hell that I'm staying there. So we didn't leave till 1:15. We didn't take off, and I was already knew it was gonna be a bad time with that, because I want to do stuff in Florida. I don't want to spend time sleeping, especially the first beginning of the day. By the time we get home, it's 4:30 in the morning. Or we land around 3 o'clock. Mom's sister, aka my aunt, their kids wanted to swim already. I said, "Are you guys crazy? The neighbors are asleep." You realize if you wake up the neighbors, they're not going to be real happy with you people. Good thing she said no too. I said, "You people are crazy." So anyway, it was alright there. Now let's talk about the time I stayed in Grandma's during Tennessee. Mom stayed at Tennessee for a week for the church. Obviously, I'm like, no, I'm not going to that. So I didn't go to that. So I came back home on Sunday, which is the 31st. So I stayed Thursday. Paul and I went to the casino at Scioto Downs, and we go do Scioto Downs. It was quite fun, and then we go home. The rest of the days, Friday was pretty chill. Go swimming, and Friday and Saturday was nice, chill, go swimming, do whatever. Did go eat out, I think Friday or whatever the days. Saturday swam, did more swimming, and same with Sunday because it was still nice. So pretty much swimming, chilling. Monday, Paul and I just hang out and talk and do stuff. And so I went in the pool later on, and my cousin Brady and my aunt came. Not the one that went to Florida though. So Brady and my aunt came. Well, it was just Brady. I went in the pool, and then I get out of the pool and we go to Lucky House. And then Grandma we go to Big Lots, because we want to shop at Big Lots. It's right there. I swear Grandma farted at least about 3 times in the store. I said, "You see your pants?" I said, you did it 3 times already in the past 10, 20, 15 minutes. You've been doing that. And good thing it wasn't packed. I said that would have been the embarrassing thing. Before we left, I said, "Do you have to go to the bathroom?" She's like, "No." It's like, "But you really got to try to go. I mean, you did that in the store 3 times. I mean, that's kind of... so we get home, tell everybody about it, we laugh. Tuesday, Pawpaw leaves for North Carolina. So it was just me and, Brady left with Amy. But he ended up coming back in the evening because Dad and I was fishing at someone's house. And so we go fishing, and I catch 2 bass and a bunch of bluegills. So maybe 7, we're talking 8 fish I've got so far. And Brady was going to town because he didn't catch any bass, but he got just about maybe 12 or so fish with a bunch of bluegills. And at first it was funny because he was scared of the fish. I don't even know why, but he was scared of the fish. Quite funny at first because he didn't know what he was doing with the worms. And he was buying us worms at Shyster. And it was $8 just to buy a worm. That's how crazy prices go up now. It's $8 to buy worms, I know. Wednesday I didn't really do anything except swim in the afternoon. Thursday I went over to the Ohio State Fair. First, Dad was freaking out. Why would he go to the Ohio State Fair? I told him one day eventually we were going to go. Well, he ain't going there. You're going to get shot. I said, Jesus, you could get shot anywhere. You could go in UDF and get shot. You could go to Myers in the store and get shot. You could be buying groceries, and somebody could just bring a gun in there. I said, so... But, so he was at work, so we went over with the fair with all of my cousins this time, and Amy. So we all go there. Good thing we went, because it wasn't that really crowded. We get to the glider to get in there once we get to the tractor. Do a couple of the spinning rides. And I went on this stupid ride where you go on your stomach and lay down. It's stupid, kind of. So I try to do what I can to stay down and not sit up while I'm trying to lay down, or else I'll be dizzy and sick. And so I ate corn dogs and fries. I didn't really want to eat too much and try to get full while I'm at the fair trying to do some rides and get sick. At least get sick driving home. So, we get there, I do the bumper cars. Brady and I do the bumper cars. Landon decides to join by himself. He didn't ride with anybody. And it's quite fun there. Then do some shopping. Get a little picture of the statue of Brutus. It was quite fun. I didn't do anything Friday because, of being wiped out. Because we were in there for 4 hours from 12 something. And we were there for about 4 hours in the fair. And good thing we left when we did, because it was going to get crowded eventually. Although Friday night I did go to Chili's with Amy and go to Chili's. And so it was quite fun there. Though I did go in the pool Saturday, go out in the pool in the afternoon. And Sunday I just got ready to leave because my parents had already come home Friday. Now, I got this new thing while I stayed during the week. I was looking at stuff to digitize tapes. So I got this thing called the CRS132 tape player / a way to digitize tapes, and it also can play back tapes. The reason why I was doing this is because I knew I had a bunch of radio recordings. I still haven't found any tapes. I was kind of pissed on that. I'm like, damn it, I don't have any tapes. I mean, I have a bunch of stuff. I even had I had a Barney and Friends tape I played, when I was little. I had a couple blank tapes. I was hoping there would be some radio air checks and tapes there. But you can also use that as a recorder on that device, the CRS132. You can also use it as a recorder, so you can record on the tape if you want. Now, when you plug a device to digitize the tapes, you plug the flash drive in or whatever in there, and it makes a folder called CRS132, and with a file name with the REC with the number on it, and that's how you know it recorded. So pretty easy to use, really. All I want to know is where's my radio tapes. I had a radio with a cassette on it. Well, I have it, but the cassette doesn't work anymore. All the parts for the cassette pretty much broke over time, so I can't use that somehow. But what I did was sometimes when I'd listen to the radio, I'd record it, record many great things on the radio, like Power 107.5. And also when ABC used to be on analog before the high power analog switch, which was something, and it was airing Maury. A little clip of that. But I knew I had some things, and I wanted to try to get some tapes because I knew I had some. So, well, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do sure to subscribe for more content and more air checks and more great stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure that you do stay tuned because we got more fun stuff coming. Enjoy the last part of the summer as you can before it goes to the dreary, disgusting, and then it gets back to winter again in December. So, see you guys later.